guys, and welcome to another day of the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge. For those of you who are new to the channel or to the videos, my name's Chris and I'm an illustrator from Melbourne. And the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge is where I spend 30 minutes a day, every day for 100 consecutive days working on my independent comic, Monkey Junk, in hopes that eventually I'll be able to release the book to the public and get it online and all that cool stuff that comes with comics. Yeah, so yesterday was a really good day. It was hectic at work. It's really picked up, which has me worried because I have to leave early on Friday, so I have to make sure I'm completely up to date before I go. And we've just got clients heckling us at the moment, so it's a good thing because we're busy, but it's a bad thing because I just feel, you know, just a lot of extra weight on our shoulders, on my team's shoulders at the moment. So we're handling it, which is good. I've got a really good team behind me, so you know, I feel confident we can handle it. But you know, at the same time, like, it's still busy and it's still, you know, that pressure. So my intentions yesterday was to print out page 1 to have it ready to ink when I got home. Unfortunately, I had forgotten to sorry, bloody cyclists on the road just taking up the road, very dangerous. Anyway, where was I? I lost my train of thoughts. Damn you cyclists, damn you. Yes, okay, so I nearly forgot to print out page 1. I was pretty much ready to walk out the door at work. I was about to sign off, and then I just had that light bulb moment, like, oh no, I've got to print those pages out. So I went back to my desk, got the pages printed out. Now, because as I mentioned this recently, the paper that I'm working on is, I think it's like 11 by 17, which is American standard, but I'm drawing an A4, which is Australian standard. So I had to print it out a couple of different sizes and then just see when I got home whether it would fit or not. So luckily one of them did. It fits nicely within the constraints of the 11 by 17 page. And really the difference is that the A4 in that ratio is a bit shorter than what the 11 by 17 is. So in metric it's a 210, no, well, A4 is 210 by 297, so if you double that, that's an A3 sheet. So 11 by 17 is slightly narrower. Yeah, anyway, so luckily when I got home, I had to set up my light box, which I don't know if any of you have seen the video from when I was doing Making Nevermore. I had to customize my own light box situation. I have a glass drawing table with a frosted perspex lid that sits over the top, and then underneath that I created a sort of board filled with LED strip lighting, and that shines through, and then the perspex board diffuses the light, and then I'll put my paper on it and use that as a light box. It works really, really well. The only downside is because of the move, the structure that I actually created for the lights to sit on has been damaged, so it didn't sit in properly, so I need to find a solution to fix that, whether that's just some duct tape or maybe creating a new one out of some new cardboard or something. We'll see. But yeah, so it took me, I had to clean up that room a little bit because that side was still filled with craft stuff, so stupid camera. Pardon me, also my hay fever has gone mental again. It's super windy today and it's just put pollen all over the place, and as soon as I walked out of the house, so I've taken some antihistamines, but they just haven't kicked in yet. What was I saying? Yes, so it took me a bit to set up and clean up that little section. So now that that's cleaned up, I got started. Now the awesome thing is I was able to film it. So without further ado, here is a sped up video of the 30 minutes I spent penciling page 1 of Monkey Junk. Okay, so I'm super glad that I'm able to film these now. I'm glad that I've got the little setup I've got. I feel like I can actually show you guys more of what I'm doing. So when I am penciling or I am inking, etc., you guys can actually see it. And I feel by doing that, I'm holding myself more accountable again, more so than just doing these regular videos every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. There will be a lot more of that coming. So yeah, I'm thinking though that from this point onwards, I'm not going to be doing tight digital pencils, because if you have a look on the page, it's very similar to, I mean, I made small little changes, but it's very similar to what was on the digital pencils. So it seems redundant to do digital pencils and then pencil it again and then ink it. So what I'm probably gonna do is just do rough layouts, print those out, and then ink those, then pencil those onto the paper, with, you know, small details here and there just to make sure I'm getting proportions right and things like that. But for the most part, it's going to be very loose, allowing me to be more creative when I get to the actual penciling stage. And I think it'll be more fun too, filming it and whatnot. And I'll enjoy it, I know that. Yeah, so aside from that, I did my 30 minutes. The rest of the night, it was pretty late by the time I finished, because we went out to dinner with my family. So we didn't really get home, get April into bed until about after 9. So it wasn't until, yeah, I probably didn't even start my 30 minutes till about 9:30, finished at 10, and then I had a little bit of time before it was bedtime. But within that time, I did stay up a bit later than normal. I think I went to bed till about midnight, but I inked the last 2 pages for the children's book. I sent those off to the client, assuming they approve those today. All I have to do now is color those 4 pages and that whole project's finished, which means I get paid, which also means that I free up a lot of time to work on Monkey Junk and Kill the Hero. Now I can get back to getting all my Patreon stuff done, etc, etc. So look forward to that, and I will leave you guys there. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I don't think there's really much else to report at this stage. Oh, one last thing. Finally set up www.chrismcquinlan.com. So if you go to that website now, that'll take you to what was the Tumblr blog and is now just my official website. Still need some updating, new pictures and pages and things like that, which I discussed the other day. But the domain works, and that's probably one of the most important things. Now I actually have, you know, that online presence again, or I feel like I do. I've got a dedicated page to, you know, for anyone who wants something a little bit more than my Instagram or my Facebook page or whatever. They can go to that. That'll have my shop, they'll have everything. So yeah, so happy that that's done. Thanks to my dad for doing that. Very, very helpful. Otherwise, I'll leave you guys alone and enjoy your day.